Yeah, 2015 CLG Summer was like the first iteration of that roster. It was really crazy. Like, I just remember the roster discussion. We're like, who are we gonna get for jungle? We need a new jungler. And then I was like, what about Xmithie? He was pretty good on XCG, and like, where did he go?
We got relegated off of LCS actually when I was in XDG. Yeah, I took a break off after because I felt like I was burned out and I didn't really want to play. That was the only time that I was never in Worlds because I wasn't in a team. Yeah, like it reignited that I really want to play again, and I want to show everyone that like North America can do really well at Worlds.
And then we like reached out to him and he was like, yeah, I'm not doing anything. I'll try out.
Where am I?
You're in a squad episode.
What is it about?
CLG 2015.
Oh, okay.
When I joined CLG, I was on this team Winter Fox before, and we lost in relegation, so we got knocked out of LCS. So I was trying to find a new team, and then there were like 2 teams that I could have gone to, C9 or CLG. I actually really wanted to go to C9, but things didn't work out with them. CLG, like, they actually didn't really even want me. They wanted to stay with Link and then pick up Huhi, but Link ended up stepping down, so I came to fill in that void.
Eugene was kind of this underrated native mid laner that had been around for a really long time, but like never got a chance to prove himself, and now he finally has lanes that aren't gonna troll. Like, he can rely on his teammates to do well. That boosts his confidence. Darshan was like solid top laner. Everyone rated him really highly, and like he performed well. And it was like, we're the Rush Hour bot lane, we're gonna win bot.
Both of us expected the best from each other. We'd either be at the top of our game or work to get it there.
We honestly had some really like troublesome times, I guess, but overall, I think all of us were just really individually good, and we just clicked right away instantly. It was kind of like this roster. You know, there were some problems and we were working on them, and we, you know, would argue here and there, but we just kind of like trusted in each other's strength individually, and that was how we operated. That roster just got randomly put together and it just worked super well, and like we were decent friends, but I think more than friends, we were just like really amazing players together.
We were like spanking everyone in scrims leading up to the event, so we were pretty sure that we were gonna win, like even if it wasn't gonna be 3-0.
Coming into MSG finals, I felt like a really insane player. I felt like I could tackle anything. And just that whole playoff run, I felt really invincible. People were talking about my KDA. I don't give a fuck about KDA. Like, the thing that mattered to me was just how I handled every situation that came by, and both those playoffs, I felt the same, just like calm and just like, oh, I know how to do this. Like, this is easy.
And it's time for the slaughter. CLG, another knockup. There's a double kill there for 2 members. This is going to be the game, the 3-0 sweep.
Playing up against TSM, where we haven't beaten them in playoffs in a long time, definitely added a lot of pressure. But for us, the pressure was alleviated after we had Rick Fox motivational speech before our game day at Madison Square Garden.
I'm like taking everything you say, I'm like, wow, that is so wise and inspirational. I'm just like, and I have nothing to say in response. This is just so cool.
Back then he wasn't someone involved in the scene. It was just like, holy shit, this like ex-NBA champion is like a fan of our team and wants to come talk to us. That's insane.
I don't know what your experience is with, video games, but it was tough, being his son and having no interest in sports and video games, and you guys make it cool.
It's really funny because Kyle is Rick Fox's son. If Afro wasn't his favorite player, then Rick Fox probably wouldn't be that interested enough to like follow us around, give us advice right before the game, like give us our like pre-match speech.
I think just the advice that Rick gave helped me personally a lot, which was to kind of accept how you're feeling. Like if you're feeling some nervous energy, just try and channel that into better focus. I remember after our first round in playoffs, my hands were like jittering after the first game. I was like so shaky because I was so nervous. But for the finals, I was able to like control it.
We feel the same pressure, and all you guys need to do is win. And that's gonna be our mindset. Like, you guys are no different from us basketball players. I guess we got affected by it because we were pretty confident going into the MSG.
I know, like, I think the feeling that everyone had in both finals is that we're invincible and there's no way we can lose.
Knocking down the kills, knocking down the Nexus, pad the KDAs, make sure it looks nice. Now he's godlike, and I believe it. What a game for Cloud9.
It's fine. We'll go back and we'll review, and then what's be better for tomorrow. Okay. Okay.
We have fans in 10.
Sometimes they have some really off games, and other times they're just coming in full force. They all win their lanes, and then they just smash the team in 20 minutes. So you never really know what Team Liquid you're gonna get, but they did win the last split, and I think that they're very hungry to prove themselves.
Just go.
Winning feels great for a day, maybe a day and a half. Losing feels bad for like a week.
For Madison Square Garden, I was the one that would talk, essentially, have a huddle. I think right before we got up on stage, I said, I didn't come here to fucking lose. And if you guys get lost on stage, just ask me and I'll help you. Everyone just believed in each other and trusted each other. And once we got up on stage, it didn't really matter because we were just playing for each other.
Jenna! I got to go! Let's go!
I was so in the zone, I don't think I can remember a single moment where what was I thinking when the game started?
Afro would just control all of our macro pretty much. Rush Hour was definitely the best NA bot lane at the time, by far. I think they would just almost always have an advantage bottom.
If top and mid and jungle were all behind, you could count on Rush Hour to win you the game. And I think nowhere is that more exemplified than when we threw on bottom inhib and we got engaged on and everyone died except for me and Zach, and we just cleaned up.
For CLG, triple kill for Turtle, looking for the quadra, not gonna get it that time. It's a triple for Doublelift. He's looking for Bjergsen.
In that moment, I guess, it just felt so good for all that to pay off and for the hype to just reach its fullest potential.
27-15, Counter Logic Gaming go 2 in a row.
I think our mindset for game 3 was just to not get overconfident because we beat them pretty hard in both the first games, but we didn't want to get sloppy and then lose the game, potentially get reverse swept or anything like that. So everyone was just telling each other hey, we're probably gonna beat them. Let's just do what we did the past 2 games, but don't get cocky or anything like that.
Need a bounce back after yesterday's loss, but Team Liquid will make it look like nothing has changed. Nexus turrets falling, Bifrost zoned away, and TL just gonna do a victory lap around CLG's Nexus. They'll split the weekend and take down Council Logic Gaming.
Back in the action with Game 3 between CLG and TSM. CLG here just one smash of Nexus from winning their first North American Championship. How are they gonna do that?
By doing what they've been doing. Honestly, we've seen them pivot styles. They played very Doublelift focused.
My whole career, basically, everyone made fun of me for playing Ashe because I would always whiff arrows, and I'd been practicing so much leading up to that. I was so pissed off that people thought I was bad at Ashe, which I was, so I was just pissed at myself mostly. When I locked in the champion, I was like, please let this be the game where I hit good arrows and things go well for me.
The Ashe was banned first game away from Doublelift.
Thank God it did. Like, I hit a lot of good arrows that game. I remember I hit one in left line bush. You know, like I got us a free kill, which led to a lot of pressure in snowball. And I hit, overall, like I feel like I hit pretty good arrows. It was a game where I didn't really contribute as much as I did in the previous game with Jinx. Mostly we won, not because I played solid the whole time or Eugene played solid the whole time. It was like everyone was doing their job, and when we needed to be clutch, we were clutch.
And the faithful shall be rewarded. CLG take the inhibitor. They're gonna take the Nexus turrets, and they're gonna take a trip to Worlds.
Back then, TSM was like just this god North American team who would just always win, and then we just f***ed them 3-0.
Just a lot of the fans really didn't believe in us. It was like 90% TSM, I guess, that was at the arena. And I mean, you could feel it based on like the pressure environment that it gave.
It didn't really hit me when we won MSG, like even the celebration. Like I was like pretty whatever on it. And then I think right when we were doing interviews, like I think I was just laying down on the ground and it's like, and then I just realized like, holy shit guys, we won.
What did it feel like embracing Peter after the final win?
Oh, unexpected. Felt a little uncomfortable. I was just happy that he was really excited and got his first win.
Is that where he jumped on you?
Yeah, he jumped on me at an awkward ass angle. I was like, okay, man.
A lot of hard work these guys put in to get here today.
After we won, and then we came up onto the stage, and then everyone was like chanting our team name, that was really crazy. Whatever direction you were looking at, there were just like fans there, but the fans were so far away, they just looked like ants. You're like, you know, not to that extent, but it's like, wow, there's so many fans everywhere I'm looking.
Team-wise, I'd say we're quite a bit different. CLG 2015, we were colleagues and we were bordering on friends.
And like before it was just like, we were just all playing the game, like enjoying it. But yeah, even before, like we didn't really have a life outside of League of Legends. Like we can distinguish and like separate like personal and like work life.
Okay, thanks man. We patched Jinx.
Jinx? Did they buff it?
Yeah, buff it. Really buff it.
Just HP.
Oh, really?
Okay.
Oh, yeah, I saw it was 50 HP at level 1. That's so much. That's a lot. This roster, I'd say we're friends on and off. We're less friendly with each other than on 2015 CLG. I think in just esports matured a lot of professionalism. There's a lot more. There's some language barrier going on, like a little bit of a culture barrier. And like, it's not necessarily a bad thing, but like we're better colleagues and we're more professional and respectful and we take feedback a lot better on this team. But there's less of that like friendship as last time.
The more the years go and then like, you just like try to reminisce like all these like past people that you played with. Yeah, like I think it's just naturally like that, like you kind of miss like what you don't have now.
Do you still play together at all? Duos or solo queue?
Yeah, we play duo queue in Fortnite all the time.
Yeah, we do have Fortnite occasionally.
Yeah, that's pretty much. I don't even play League, so.
Yeah, neither do I. What's that game?
Okay.